Let us discuss the strategic, legal, political report. The Rajya Sabha rejection of the verdict of Natarajan, Meenakshi Natarajan's case. The judicial hammer. Supreme Court upholds constitutional fetter. Okay. Second, pre-cognizance technicalities. The battle over Form 26 disclosures. Political submission. The irony of uncontested domino effect. Fourth, the camera rooms and studio echoes. Intellectuals versus the field. Fifth, the 25-year trajectory. Evaluating evolving electoral integrity laws. Sixth, illusion of safeguards, the broken resort politics remedy. Seven, Garam Chai verdict, the public discernment of comedy in tragedy. So we are going to read all these things. Be prepared. Okay. So what happened is strategic, legal, political report under the mandate of Sri Saptapadi Global Team, capturing the ground level public wisdom of Garam Chai Biscuit. The macro level analytical report is prepared by Anand Advocate, Hyderabad. It breaks down the Supreme Court's critical dismissal of Meenakshi Natarajan's writ petition regarding her Rajya Sabha nomination rejection in a serial order. Okay, so first point is the judicial hammer. Supreme Court upholds constitutional fetter. On June 12, 2026, the Supreme Court bench comprising Justice Honorable Justices Prashant Kumar Mishra Garu and A.S. Chandrukar Garu dismissed Congress leader Meenakshi Natarajan's writ petition challenging her Rajya Sabha nomination from rejection from Madhya Pradesh. The apex court explicitly declined to exercise its extraordinary writ jurisdiction under Article 32, citing the absolute constitutional bar carved out by Article 329. So, second point is pre-cognizance technicalities. The battle over Form 26 disclosure. The crux of the controversy stems from returning officer Arvind Sharma's June 9 decision rejecting Natarajan's nomination. The rejection was based on her failure to disclose a private complaint filed against her in a Telangana court within her Form 26 affidavit, despite receiving a notice. Senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi Garu aggressively argued that under Section 33A of Representation of People's Act and Section 223 of the newly enacted Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Sanhita, a pre-cognizance notice does not legally constitute a pending criminal case. But what happened? Third point, political subversion, the irony of uncontested domino effect. From a grassroots political standpoint, the timing of the rejection triggered a devastating domino effect for the Congress party. Because Natarajan was the sole opposing candidate, her sudden disqualification enabled rival Bharatiya Janata Party to cleanly secure third crucial Rajya Sabha seat completely uncontested on the final day of nomination withdrawals. The massive development transpired without requiring any political cross voting. Fourth point, camera rooms, studio echoes, intellectual versus the field. While high decibel media studio rooms, air conditioned chambers, and elite legal analysts occupy television screens with complex interpretation of the Representation of the People's Act, the real field remains drastically neglected. Intellectuals enthusiastically tearing down microphones, discussing theoretical constitutional remedies, yet they fail to direct their cameras towards the underlying political dynamics. The entire debacle represents a classic case of structural failure where the primary actors, political strategists, and backroom advisors who drafted the incomplete issues are the true creators of absolute mess, completely ignoring basic field level legal due diligence. A 25-year trajectory, fifth point. Evaluating evolving electoral integrity laws. When a common citizen analyzes this legal battlefield over a hot cup of Garam Chai Biscuit, they evaluate a larger 25-year structural trajectory of Indian election laws. The historical evolution from basic manual asset disclosure to the modern strict requirements of Form 26 reflects a continuous effort to bring absolute transparency to the democratic institutions. However, this evolution has transformed the filing process into a complex web of legal landmines. What used to be straightforward political representations are now highly specialized legal battles, where a minor omissions can alter the entire balance of legislative power between political parties overnight. Sixth point, the illusion of safeguards, the broken resort politics remedy. This strategy exposes the total illusion of temporary political packages. Yes, luxury resort containments and high security legal guarantees offered by party high commands. Political establishments naively believe that heavy spending and insulating their lawmakers in elite resorts can buy absolute electrical security. However, when practical legal deficiencies strike due to foundational drafting errors, the entire multi-core defense apparatus collapses instantly at the dinner table. Telangana Tali's internal wisdom reminds us that temporary packages and superficial political gifts mean nothing if the fundamental rights and strict statutory adherence are not legally secured. Seventh point, last. Garam Chai verdict. Public discernment of comedy in tragedy. Ultimately, the ordinary citizen sitting at a local stall drinking a hot cup of garam chai biscuit separates grand political theater from real legal endurance. Society views these dramatic high court maneuvers as an elite game of chess, clearly identifying the undeniable comedy in tragedy. While the politicians play the heavy resources and technical arguments, the public uses its grounded wisdom to judge their actions. Hmm? True democratic awareness lies in recognizing that the court of public opinion temporarily political arrangements can never override institutional integrity and statutory boundaries must remain absolute for everyone. So what we have read and what we have seen is very important issue with regard to the political maneuvering, trying to politically maneuver issues which are impossible to be done. Okay, have a garam chai biscuit on your own table in your own cup. That is always better. Thank you for listening to the entire text. It is also available in written format.